Well, since school started back today and my little boy went to school, preschool, I just been up here thinking. I can't help but think back, when I was a kid and going through that school stuff. I hated school. Lord have mercy, I hated it. But I just think back a lot, and I guess you always think about looking back, how much stuff has changed. And when I was growing up, I always just wanted to be around my daddy, and he farmed and we farmed, and that's what we did. I didn't want to go nowhere. I wanted to go with him. Wherever he was going, that's where I wanted to go. Which is, as far as my kids now, that's a blessing and a curse when they're this age. But he started us out early, working. I mean, that was like, I wish I was bigger than everybody else, about 6 years old. I mean, I was driving tractors, plowing and stuff by myself with just me on it. I did that, I've told this story a lot. He used to leave a streak in the field out there for me. We'd be herring or whatever, and he'd hair a streak and skip a streak, hair a streak and skip a streak, and I'd come back and fill in the gaps. He said, well, you don't know how to turn around like you're supposed to, so we don't have to turn around so short. So anyway, I've done that for about 2 years till I got where I could handle it pretty good, and then started, I started leaving streaks for my little brother the same way, but anyway, I just remember growing up, doing that and having to go to school, and I just felt like school was just hindering my farming, and I mean, wasn't making nothing, just working for him, but it was important to him, so it was important to me. I didn't feel like school was important, as some people do, some people may not. I went because they made me go. If they didn't make me go, I probably wouldn't have went, But I can remember when I was about 17, I guess, senior year, fitting to be done, and it's time to decide what you want to do. So we was out there in the field one day, I think, and we didn't have center pivots like they got now. We laid irrigation pipe and used travelers, cable tow travelers. So we was all the time messing with a traveler every day. But we was out there we done got the traveler going, and we went and put it in gear, whatever, and we was sitting there talking. It was about dusk dark. And he said, well, you gonna have to decide what you gonna do. I said, what you talking about? He said, this farming ain't gonna cut it. I ain't gonna cut it for you and me both, and I was like, what you talking about? He said, I can't hardly make a living at it, much less me and you both make a living at it, And he said, you either gonna have to get bigger or quit, one or the other. And up until that time, for the last, 4 or 5 years, I was probably about 14, 15, he didn't pay me. Which, I mean, nobody got paid. We just helped people, But the way we did it, I rented my own land, and I used his stuff, and we tented it just like the rest of it. And however much I wanted to pay for, I started off with like 20 acres, and then I got, next year I got 30 acres and 40 acres, or what. I just kept me about around 30 acres, 50, 60, no more than 50, 60, for myself. Because we had other stuff to do too. But anyway, I always just planted soy. We double crop, so he planted wheat on it or whatever, and I planted soybeans. And soybeans was easy to grow. Didn't take a whole lot of fertilizer, And when I combined them, I sold them myself. And that's how I got paid, Got paid once a year if I made anything. One year I didn't make nothing. But Anyway, it got real to me then, you know. So I just remember the rest of that year just didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do nothing but farm and mechanic, and wasn't really that good at neither one of them, but at least I liked it. So I got a job after school during the wintertime. We wasn't farming that year, you know. I got a job after school working at the International place in Eastman, mechanicing. So then when I got done that for a while, you know, when we started back farming that spring, I quit and went back to helping him. But he acted like he got mad about it, about me going to get a job, you know. He never would really say a whole lot, but I could tell it pissed him off. And I'm like, why does that make you mad? I mean, you just telling me, you know, I got to do something to support myself. And he wasn't gonna sign no notes to get no bigger. And he said, you know, if you get bigger, you're gonna have to buy more stuff, buy equipment. He said, I ain't gonna help you. So that was just like a shock, you know. So I just started off small. I just went and got me a little job after school, you know. Got out at 1 o'clock. But anyway, right on there that year, and we got done farming. I helped some of them around here and pick cotton and stuff, you know, made me a little money. I had an old tractor that I didn't want. I got it to run a grain auger with it, and it wouldn't even do that. So that year I was 18. That when I graduated, worked that summer, and then that winter I got a chance to go to Valdosta and got a job at the Caterpillar place, mechanicing. So I had zero. That was 1998. I remember I had a crop of beans that year. We had got so many. Back then we plowed everything. We couldn't keep up plowing them, so I finally taught him let's buy them Roundup Ready kind, so we could just spray them. And they was out then, but they had been out 2 or 3 years, but seed was so expensive. He was like, I ain't buying that seed, you know. You can plow it for $5 an acre and be done with it. But anyway, we planted that high price mess, and they didn't make. And so I didn't even combine the ones I had planted, you know. So I think I had to borrow money from him to pay my land rent with him. So got that done. Took that old Ford tractor I had and sold it, $1,000, and moved to Valdosta. Moved in with my sister. Went to work at the Caterpillar place down there in Carlton. They started me off at $9 an hour. Boy, that was some big time money right there, buddy. I had never seen no money like that. As far as hourly wage, I mean, I was used to working for, you know, the jobs I took that paid by the hour, you know, farming, they was, you know, $3 or $4 an hour. And this was $9. And I was like, Lord have mercy, you know. But I had never really paid taxes either, so got my first paycheck, and it was like $300, you know. And I was excited, but I was still like, dang, it should have been more than that. But anyway, you know, you think, hell, this is Caterpillar. But anyway, brought on there, got a few raises, went and bought me a new pickup truck, you know. And I went home on the weekends, but Daddy was still farming. I still felt obligated to help him as long as he wanted to farm. So I did. I drove home almost every weekend. And I come in with that new truck that day, and he was in the house. I said, come on, look at this truck I got. He walked out there to stuck his head out the back door and looked at it. I mean, he didn't even go outside. He said, boy, he said, what you need that for? He said, I reckon you got a payment on that. And I said, yeah, I got me a, you know, $300-something a month payment on it. And he said, welcome to the world of high finance. He said, you should have just pitched your money away from him if you was going to do that. But anyway, I had rocked on a couple of years. Got to come back home and helped Jimmy Tripp out there for a couple of years, and I really enjoyed that. I didn't make no money doing it, but I didn't need no money really. I mean, I live with Daddy, so you know what money I had, I still had old truck payment though. Paid it. I enjoyed helping Mr. Jimmy. That's the best job I've ever had as far as enjoying it really. But anyway, it started logging. I felt like that was the worst mistake I've ever made. First month I worked here, they got, when I got hired, they told me what they was gonna pay me. And, I mean, it was a good bit more than I was making, peeling around, farming and running a bulldozer every day. I mostly run a bulldozer. I didn't do much farming really. I helped him when he needed help on the farm, but I pushed dirt most of the time, and I enjoy that. But anyway, they told me what they was gonna pay me, and I agreed to it. We had insurance and all that, so I remember that Friday, got my first paycheck when I was driving a skidder. And Lord have mercy, man, that thing was about to kill me. I mean, I was just ready to quit already, but I'm not a quitter. So I stuck it out, got my check, and I was like, man, this right here sucks. I said, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna beat and bounce on this thing all day for this amount of money. I said, time you pay taxes, I said, I ain't making no damn more than I was making over yonder. So one thing led to another, and hell, 15 years done went by, and it turned out to be the best financial decision I could make. Sometimes it ain't the greatest hours in the world, but going back to the school, and I didn't like school, so I didn't, college wasn't an option. If it had been an option, I wouldn't have wanted to do it anyway. So, but reverting back to the farming, I always, Mom and Daddy always told us, or told me that, that farm will always be there. You need to go out. You need to do this. You need to do that. Make it better for yourself. In the long run, this farm will always be here. Well,